I think if we seek hard enough, we'll find more mutual agreements to work together on certain components. Let me give you an example. You heard me talk about natural resources. The depletion of our big game is serious to us. Grand Chief and I have been talking about this for years now. And we're saying, look, we need to do something. There's less and less land available. And at the same time, we're facing such intrusion of industry and just the environment itself is impacting all of the animals. Our trapping is gone, and we're trying to revive it. We started the Red River Fur Company, and last year, I think in 2 years, we bought 7,900 pelts already. But the reason we're trying to revive it is because animals need help. The environment is wicked when it does it. And so our growth of our beavers and the ongoing development even of our wolves, who are actually killing more big game, is that if we don't help nature, nature will be in big trouble. Then what did we leave behind? Nothing. We left our young generation to not even know or just read a book about their culture. That's as far as they will know. So the Grand Chief and I talked about creating a natural resource committee funded by us, worked by us, that could answer some of the questions and the direction this province or this government that Canada takes when it comes to affecting our day-to-day life.
Well, the president and I have been talking, as he said, one of the traditional economies that are important to all of us is fishing. And we would like to see, freshwater fisheries be collectively owned by us, and control of that industry continue to be within the hands of the Indigenous nations. And so that's one example, along with conservation. And, obviously we're mindful of the practical solutions that need to be put in place, the policies that need to be put in place when you're having fires like what we're seeing here today. Mm-hmm. So we need to be able to fluctuate and change on the fly, which makes sense for the long-term sustainability of our relatives within the lands, mm-hmm. our four-legged relatives, winged relatives. Like, we have to create policies immediately that address the crisis that we're facing.
So one of the important factors I think we'll all get to see, everyone, is that when Bill C-5 really begins to take off and begins to roll across Canada, it will have an economic input, a massive economic, but where? What's the national project that's going to be first chosen? It's going to be oil and gas, it's going to be minerals. What is it that's going to be chosen by Canada? So we know that for a fact, the 5% procurement that Canada uses right now, it works. But will that 5% increase maybe to 10? Or will that 5% actually be part of assurances that will guarantee us whatever multi-billion-dollar investments made here, we're going to get 5% of that. The Premier of Manitoba right now is working on his own procurement. We don't know what that percentage will be, whether it's 5 or 10. I hope it's 10. But that alone will give us the opportunity and tools to make sure we're part of the aspect of taking natural resources, but making sure and guaranteeing that we're included. So Bill C-5 is going to draw us together for sure, without doubt, and it's going to give us massive opportunity. And I think it's a good chance to see our young people, as I said, that are in the schools and graduating, that there will be a job there for them. There will be an opportunity there for them. So I think Bill C-5 and all the other stuff the Grand Chief has spoken of will truly draw us into a new messaging on this province, and that we will have hopefully a stronger say with provincial and federal and municipal governments at the same time.
The focus really needs to be on our partnership and our friendship and our relations, our mutual relations. I think the term fighting, or even the conflicts that have been sort of put out there, are really a reflection of what Canada wanted to see historically, and wanted to see division. They did not want to see nations united. It's why we have so many First Nations in Manitoba to begin with. Meanwhile, many of us are just Anishinaabe, mm-hmm. or we're Dakota, or we're Cree, or you know what I mean? Like, so the nations that existed, and when the fight and the military fights happened, we fought as nations, big nations, mm-hmm. Not as smaller communities. We were one big nation that stood together. And that is the importance, and that is where the strength comes from, both from an economic lens and from just protecting our sovereignty. It's important that that's where the focus, I think, from the dialogue and the partnership needs to be. We need to focus on the positives that come out from working together.